Hey guys, what's going on? Underground Geek here. So I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a movie review because I'm wanting to get out there and do different things and kind of venture out into different venues, keep it interesting, and that way you guys will kind of like it. But before that, I have to do my introduction. This is Big Country Geek, and welcome to the Gun Show. So I watched a movie this afternoon with my wife, and what was pretty odd about it was we go into the movie theater and we start looking around and everybody there is old. Like there's not anybody even close to our age bracket. And then it kind of dawned on me, you know, the original movies come out in like the 70s. So it would make sense that, you know, that those kind of fans would keep watching the remake of it. And also, Bruce Willis is not like a young up-and-comer. He's like, you know, an established action hero. So it would be a good person to, if you were going to try to do this over, that'd be a good person to use. Another thing, AMC theaters suck, okay? I love the one out of town, but the one that we've got in our local town just changed from a Carmike to AMC like a month ago. And then they started putting up all these ribbons and things like that to divide out the different lines and all that kind of stuff. Hired a bunch of new people, and the new people, no joke, act like they have something blocking their brain, telling their body what to do. They literally act like lobotomized zombies or something. You go in there, and I sit there and counted. It took like 2 or 3 minutes for somebody to get one ticket in line. Okay, so we're sitting there, and like everybody in line is starting to get mad. We're starting to get mouthy. Okay, we're starting to say, "Hey, what's taking so long? Hurry up! Like, why are you taking so long?" And so then when I finally get up there to get my ticket, I say, "Hey, 2 tickets, Death Wish, and 2 large blue raspberry ices." Okay, that's all I said. And they were like, "Okay, so 2." No, this I'm not paraphrasing this. This is what he sounded like. Okay, so 2. For Death Wish, and okay, so, and he's typing it with a pen on there instead of pushing it with his fingers, which I hate. And so then it takes him so long that when he looks back up, he's like, "So did you want like a large Coke or something?" I was like, "No, 2 large ices." "Oh, okay. Do you want to join our rewards program?" "I already am." "Oh, okay. What's your phone number?" So then I had to say my phone number like out loud where everybody can hear it. And then he's like, "Is your name so-and-so?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, dude, you're telling everybody my personal information. Just give me my ticket." So, you know, after that, it's like we got there at like 2:40. The movie started at 3. We didn't get back there till like 2:55. Okay, that's ridiculous. Our town is not that big. You're too slow. But anyway, so I'm done complaining about that. Share down in the comment section if you went through something like that with a local AMC yourself. But so there's a couple things about this movie. You know, the crazy left went nuts on this movie. They're like, "Hey, we don't like this movie. It's a big." They kept saying it's an NRA commercial. That's all it is. It's just a commercial for the NRA. And then they were trying to say you got a white guy shooting black guys. And then they were trying to say everything they could say. And that just made me want to see this movie more. Because I'm tired of these people trying to dictate something that they have not even watched. Okay, I went and saw Black Panther. They were trying to make it out that it was a big SJW movie. Had nothing to do with SJW stuff. The guy that was a racist was the bad guy. Okay, and he died. So whatever. But so we went and saw this movie, and they were saying all that stuff about it. You know, well, we watched it and thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, this is a movie by Eli Roth, okay? So I knew that going into it, and I kind of forgot when we got there, but then I was quickly reminded because of how much gore is in this movie, okay? It's not quite horror movie gore, but it's up a couple notches from a regular action movie. They made sure to leave all the blood and guts and everything, literally. So you had that aspect, you had the violence aspect, and then you had good action, had a lot of action, believable action. You had a solid storyline. Okay, you have now if you haven't seen this movie already, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Stop right now if you haven't seen this movie, because I'm about to start talking about spoilers, okay? I'm gonna give you just a second. You got it? Good, because I want to talk about it. Alright, so this movie, the storyline was, you have this surgeon, okay, Bruce Willis character. He's very well off. He's got a wife and daughter, okay? The daughter just got accepted to college. Alright, they're going to go out to dinner to celebrate. The valet overhears it, sells out their information, goes to rob them. Robbery turns bad, the dad's not there, and they end up shooting the wife and daughter, okay? Wife dies, daughter doesn't. She's in a coma. So at this instant, I'm instantly thinking that movie Death Sentence, okay? This was Death Sentence for me. And then, you know, with the Kevin Bacon movie, I love that movie, by the way. But so then as it goes on, Bruce Willis's character is like, you know, he's trying to play by the rules. He's trying to follow the police doing their job, and they're just not getting it done. So then he decides to take, you know, vengeance into his own hands and starts, you know, taking action to go after these people. And he warms himself up to it. He starts taking out random criminals and then warms himself up to going after the actual guys, because once he actually, you know, gets a break on the case. So in that, it was pretty believable. The action was pretty good. I liked, you know, you could really tell that he had a psychotic break. Like he something was different about him, and he was out for a mission, because then his personality would change according to who he was talking to. So that was pretty good. But besides that, they had some pretty good humor in it. The humor kind of kept it light. That way you didn't feel like it was just a solemn, dead movie the whole time. Like I said before, very gory. And what was kind of funny was all the references to Sirius Radio on this. You know, it's in Chicago. This movie's based in Chicago. I think there's some huge radio stations actually around that area, because there's so many people. And I don't know how many times I saw, I think his name's Sway, and another guy that had a radio station on there, constantly talking about the radio station. I heard Shade 45 probably like 5 times during the movie, because he would do his full introduction. This is Shade 45 on Sirius Radio. Da, 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 da. I mean, it was a huge commercial for Sirius. If anything, if it's going to be a commercial, anything, it advertises the crap out of Sirius Radio. Now, something I thought was funny was it actually deals with issues going on. It's centered in Chicago, and it starts talking about all the violence and the high murder rate in Chicago. So that's probably what triggered a lot of people. They can't stand that kind of stuff because it's true. There are a lot of murders in Chicago. I don't have the statistics in front of me right now, but if you compare it to a lot of other cities, it's very, very high. One of the other high ones is going to be Birmingham, which is actually in my state, and it's also a very urban area, okay? And so I thought it was funny that they actually would deal with an issue like that and talk about it. I do think that it is going to trigger a lot of liberals, because the guy gets he goes around the system to get a gun. He gets a gun illegally, and then at the end he ends up buying the gun legally. And they also talk about the way gun stores are. They do a couple stereotypes with that. So you can't really say they picked left or right, because when the people on the radio stations are talking about they call him the Grim Reaper, Bruce Willis's character, they mention the left and the right. You know, they have both sides of the conversation talking, and they don't really pick a side. They just tell you both sides of the conversation, kind of like Sean Gordon Murphy does in White Knight. He does the politics of the left and the right. But all in all, I think this movie was a really good movie. It was solid action. Definitely go see it. I mean, I give it like probably an 8.5 out of 10. It's just a solid action movie. You know, I kind of hope they do another one, just because it was so good. You know, I wish they had done a second Death Sentence, but Death Sentence ended pretty good. I mean, it ended pretty solid, because you didn't really know what happened. But yeah, I kind of wish they would do another one of these, because, you know, they did 5 of the original, and the original had Charles Bronson in it instead of Bruce Willis. And like I said before, they did like 5 of them. You can buy the whole collection right here. But Yeah, they did a whole bunch of those, so apparently they were very popular. But anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would definitely suggest watching this movie, if not just to trigger the SJWs and the liberals. To me, that'd be, enough of a prize right there. But alright, guys, I'll talk to you later. Underground Geek out.